Hey guys, Ethan here, and today I'm going to be doing a movie review for the movie Medieval. So for this movie, I saw the trailer for one movie I went to go see. I thought it looked pretty cool. I usually really like medieval movies, or movies set in medieval times, or fantasy movies, or to me those movies have always been fascinating to me, and usually I love them. I think sometimes they're very cool to watch, and yeah. So, but I think overall, I gotta say, I really didn't like this movie for a number of unfortunate reasons. Yeah, but first, before we get into the negatives, let's get into the positives, because there are just a couple. There are a few decent performances, mainly Michael Caine, even though he is barely in it. He does give a good performance, and Ben Foster as the main character, he does a really good job, and yeah, for overall, the actors do a fine job in this movie. And also the movie has an interesting premise, which like I said, could be interesting. It is interesting, but they unfortunately don't really do anything with it. It just kind of is what it is, and that's really unfortunate. But anyways, unfortunately, that's kind of where the positives end. So let's get into the negatives. So I think the first thing that really stood out to me watching this was that this movie has a very bizarre direction. Like weird directorial choices are made. Like, for example, in the beginning, Michael Caine is narrating, right? And so while he's narrating, and just showing things that connect to what he's saying, but then like at the end of like a sentence or something, he'll say something like a sentence, and it'll be like, and then like text of what he's saying will then show up on the screen. It's not like everything he's saying; it's just like a certain thing he's saying, and I just didn't really get it. I didn't know why he decided, like why the director decided to do it. So I just thought that was pretty weird. My opinion. And this movie just has some god awful editing in it. Like everything's just very choppily edited, and it's just nothing really flows. It's just shots, edited together really quickly, and it has really terrible action. It's really poorly shot, and yeah, it was very unfortunate to see. And overall, this movie is just like incredibly dull. It has a lack of personality, No one, it's just kind of meh, And the movie has forgettable characters. None of them really receive any development. You won't remember them after this movie, which is a common theme here. You won't really remember anything after this movie. It just has a really terrible, bad script. It's just bad in general. Nothing stands out with it. Ugly cinematography. I'm sure it had something. I'm sure like it was made on purpose to like reflect the times it was in, but it wasn't like appealing to look at. It just looked really ugly, unfortunately. Yeah, it's just overall unremarkable. Like I said with like the characters, you won't remember this movie. Nothing's ever gonna force you to buy it in the future, so that's unfortunate. And yeah, also the movie has some really bad sound mixing. I know that's a weird thing to point out, but like some of the things people said I couldn't understand because like too many things were happening. So yeah, and also Michael Caine was barely in it, even though he was in the trailer quite a bit. So I was wanting to see more of him because I really like him as an actor. But overall, yeah, this is unfortunately not a very good movie, and I only gave it 1.5 stars. So yeah, go to my letterbox to confirm it. Yeah, but so yeah, overall, I didn't really like this movie, and I really don't recommend it to you all. But overall, anyways, yeah. So those are my thoughts. But anyways, that's about it. Goodbye.